All right, let's take a look at the New York Islanders. Pretty much same as the old Islanders, right? Our defense, the only difference is that Al MacInnis is here now, which is great. JD, yes, more than likely to be a late start to tomorrow's stream. So MacInnis will now be the healthy scratch instead of Mike Weaver. And then forward-wise, Brett Hull will be the healthy scratch instead of Kapanen. So we are going to go back to Nash, Zetterberg, Heatley, Dumont with McDonald and Connolly, Malone, Spezza, Rabada, Pyatt with Dupuis, and sent down one of my forwards. Got to get Trent Hunter back on the team. Like I said, I don't want to change anything with the lines that we've had all season long. The AHL has been massively affected, but they've already won a Calder Cup, and we don't have too many insanely good prospects. For those about to score, so Hunter's in. Shout out to Lamp. Luke Hughes is winning the Calder. No need to argue. I'm right. You know, in fairness, you might be. He is very, very good. Was it Brewer and Jackman? No, it wasn't. It was Brewer and Finger, Gilson and Jackman. There we go. Lamp, thank you for the 14 months on the Prime. This year's Calder race is maybe the most interesting thing about the NHL this season, which is nice. Imagine having to defend MacInnis and Chara slappers. Like I said, I am going to leave the team as it's been. Hull and MacInnis as scratches just so that they're there. Consider this load management for the rest of the season, right? We're not trying to have the old guys get hurt before the playoffs start. Klesla and Bieksa. That's a hell of a combo. Bob Beers. All right, Koliakovo and Ballard are currently out. So let's get Weaver out of there for Carlo. And then we could take out Greg Zanin for Keith Ballard. Let's see. We need Carlo on that third pairing. That works. And Louis Eriksson's up on the top line. That's good. I don't think I have anybody to worry about. Just Joe Lundqvist. Perfect. So honestly, the AHL team's still looking pretty good. It is, even though, again, we got rid of Svatos and Peverly. Let's see if I made the right choices at that deadline, but I feel like the team that we've had, the way they've performed this season, they deserve that opportunity to try and make it into the playoffs and get it done once they're there. And we got some old man ringers if we need them. Although we have lost 3 games in a row. We are continuing to be a very streaky team as the season goes on. But there it is. We have clinched a playoff spot. We have clinched the division for the first time. The New York Islanders, under our control, are playoff bound. We had a feeling that was going to be the case this year. But we are indeed playoff bound. That division title is ours. And right now we have a 6-point lead over the Sens, who do have 2 games at hand for the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. And unfortunately, the Bruins have made the playoffs as well. Again, they are a thorn in our side. But now it just comes down to seeding. Well, we are going to the dance. So it's Nashville, 7-4 win. We've won 9 of our last 10. Home and home against the Leafs. That is a win. Another game against the Leafs, and we have clinched the conference. The number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference with 50 wins this year, your New York Islanders. Let's go. The kids getting it done. I mean, we don't have anybody in this starting lineup over the age of 30. If I'm not mistaken. Hold on. What is the average age of this team? I remember somebody asked that before. So we have 19-year-old Rick Nash, 23-year-old Henrik Zetterberg, 23-year-old Danny Heatley, 22-year-old Tim Connolly, 26-year-old old man Andy McDonald, same for JP Dumont, 25-year-old Ryan Malone, 20-year-old Jason Spezza, Verbata's 22, Hunter's 23, Pyatt's 22, and Dupuis is 24. The average age of our forwards, 22.91. The average age of our forwards, 23 years old. That is insane. And the average age of our defense, you do have Chara at 27, the oldest guy on the team. The average age of our defense is 24.16. That's outrageous. And then goalies, Lundqvist is 22, Luongo's 25. It's such a young team, man. This is crazy. Old man Chara at 27. We have New Jersey. It's a loss. And our final game of the season is against Pittsburgh, which is a win. The playoff-bound Islanders. Let's take a look here at the season that was with 51 victories, as it was ourselves, New Jersey, New York, and Pittsburgh who made it out of the Atlantic Division. In the Northeast, it is Ottawa, Buffalo, and Boston. End up running into Boston. And the final conference, the South, or the final division of the conference is the Southeast Division, where just the Florida Panthers made it. No wonder why Atlanta and Carolina were fire sailing there, huh? I also love how, I mean, obviously like 3D logos and not, but how difficult could it be to generate a 3D logo of a custom logo? I don't know. Central Division, Chicago and Nashville made it on tiebreaker over the Detroit Red Wings. Northwest, all 4 teams made the playoffs. Colorado, Edmonton, Vancouver, and Calgary. And in the Pacific Division, 2 out of the 3 Californian teams with Anaheim and San Jose, Los Angeles, were dreadful. So we were the second best team in the NHL, 1 point behind the Avs, who had the extra tie. We had the 2 other overtime losses. Still, second best team in the NHL. Our offense was second best, only behind Colorado. Our defense and goaltending, best in the league. Oh, ye of little faith who did not believe in Jeff Gilson. Unbelievable. Our power play, by the way, at 25%, 4th best in the league. Ottawa's power play is absurd at 27.4%. Tim Connolly leads the team in points, 97 in 82. Thank God we did not trade him. Dumont on 84 points, Zetterberg on 82, and at just under a point per game, Andy McDonald, the final member of that second line. You had Heater on 73 points. Rick Nash scores 40 goals as a 19-year-old. 55 points for Radim Verbata. Obviously, Brett Hull didn't play any games for us. Spezza had 50 points on the third line. Malone with 34. And the fourth line was our weakest line, but hey, that's okay. Defensively, 63 points for Chara, 48 for Campbell. McInnes didn't play for us at all. And you had Brewer, Finger on 22, and then Gilson and Jackman. Tremendous. Goaltending. Roberto, you have to prove yourself, my man. I don't know if to be on the second best team in the league and to put up kind of mid numbers like that. There's a chance that Henrik Lundqvist is our guy next season. A lot of pressure on Roberto Luongo entering the playoffs. Teemu Selanne led the league in scoring, 132 points. His line mate Alexei Yashin was up there as well. Pavel Bure, Jaromir Jagr, and then Marcus Naslund and Peter Forsberg at 110 points, tie for 5th place in the league. You also had Mike Johnson, Peter Nedved, Joe Sakic, Paul Kariya, Doug Waite, Henrik Sedin, Martin Straka, Eric Lindros, Theo Fleury, Bill Guerin, Rob Lang, Pavel Demitra, Joe Thornton did not hit 100 points, but everybody else did. Good Christ. Your top goal scorer with 70 goals, Teemu Selanne, with 68 Bure, 66 for Yager. Maybe we should have splashed the cash for Pavel Demitra. 58 goals and 56 for Alexei Yashin. Damn, a lot of 50 goal scorers this year, including 20-year-old Ilya Kovalchuk, which is scary. Defensively, Brian Leach led the league amongst defensemen yet again. Aside from that, Tverdovsky, Pronger, Chara, and Brian Berard. Top goal scorer, 20 for Al McInnes, and he only played 65 games. So McInnes would have been the top goal scorer amongst defensemen had we not rested him. And then for goalies, the winningest was Roberto Luongo. Your shutout leader, Defoe, Tebow, Ryan Miller, with 6 each. The old T-ball. And then, wow, okay, so save percentages were down. Dan Cloutier might win a Vezina with a 918. Okay. Maybe Luongo was better than we thought. And generated dude, Cesar Valcourt is likely to win the Calder over Nikolai Zherdev. Fair enough. Fair enough. What a season for us, though. For the record as well, our AHL team, not quite division title winners this year, but they are going back to the playoffs. It's probably the weakest version of that lineup that we have seen since season 1, dare I say. But this was the set of lines that got us here. It's the lines that will start us in the playoffs. And again, we have Brett Hull, Al McInnes on standby if needed. If someone's not getting the job done, old Pops will step in, show you how it's done. Round 1. Jaromir Jagr and the Pittsburgh Penguins. Yeah, we're already up 1-0, exactly. Let's take a look at the Penguins here. Okay, top line, Straka, Robert Lang, and Jaromir Jagr. Alex Kovalev with Jan Hrdina and Louis Paré. Generated dude. Nils Ekman with Mike Comrie and Alexei Morozov. Milan Kraft, Denny Peterson, old Dennis, and Byron Ritchie. Defense, Paul Martin. He's terrible. And Michael Roosevelt, Alexander Karpatsev, and Darren Van Imp. Radoslav Sushi. And Drake Barahowski. The goaltender, Mike Dunham, alongside Robert Esch. Fair enough. No major injuries. Jesper Tarnstrom, Andrew Ferentz, and Rob Scuderi as the healthy scratches. It's obviously a pretty damn good team. It's pretty top heavy as well. I think that's fair to say, especially when you have Jaromir frickin' Jagr on this team, which is horrific and scary and horrific. But hey, we got to try to make the most of it here. It is game number 1, our first ever playoff series since we took over for this team. Again, very, very young team. Let's see what happens, though, against Jaromir Jagr's Penguins. Oh, Luongo, I need you to show up here. First period. Down 1-0. Alex Kovalev. Second period. Still down 1-0. Just 13 shots. in the game for us so far. Oh, boy. Hey, Tim Connolly. My God. And there it goes. Martin Straka immediately gives them the lead back. I was going to say, thank God we didn't trade Connolly again. Thank God we did not trade Tim Connolly. And would you believe it? Game number 1. We're going to overtime. And normally we save it for elimination games or hardware-related celebrations, but you know what? I want to jump in and see what's going on. We got to wear the home whites, of course. It's got to be done. It's got to be done. But shout out to Tim Connolly, who is destroying worlds right now. I need to see how this plays out. Do the Islanders not have a jersey sponsor? Apparently not. I gotta be honest, I don't keep track of what teams have sponsors and what teams don't, because it's a battle not worth keeping track of, because eventually they'll all have them all the time. Everywhere. All at once. It'll be great. Won't be. It'll be great. UBS Arena was built 20 years in advance. It is game number 1, overtime, in this first round matchup. Yager nearly ended it. Heatley to our captain, Chara. Zdeno to Heatley, loses it. Straka to Yager. Roosevelt to Lang, huge hit from Big Z. Now Heater, Danny Heatley can't get the shot off through traffic. Heatley to Zetterberg. Zetterberg gets it back. Up shot blocked. Nash, Zetterberg. Nash trying to shoot. Way too much traffic. We drew a call. One-timer. I thought he scored. I thought he scored. What a glove save by Mike Dunham. Michael Roosevelt heads to the box as we head to the power play. Cross check against Rick Nash, and here we go. Obviously, we need the boys to be as aggressive as possible here. Dumont, Heatley. Big blocker save. Barahowski loses it to Connolly. Heatley to Spezza. Heatley gets tripped. Penalty call. Dumont. Spezza, what a pass. Dumont. A minute and 44 seconds worth of 5-on-3 time.
New York's got a 5-on-3 and the clock's their BFF here. What an opportunity, and it's knocking at the door for this power play.
We have to win this now. Face off, we have it. Heatley to Spezza, save, rebound. Oh my God. Connolly, Dumont, Connolly couldn't sneak it past Dunham. I am so tempted to pull the goalie here. It's not even funny. It's unnecessary, sure, but man, 6-on-3. Connolly wins the draw. Heatley, it's blocked. Spezza to Heater, Rick Nash. Dumont to Connolly, odd angle. I'm going to call a timeout here. I think now's the right time. It could be the biggest big brain move of all time or the dumbest move of all time. I'm not going to do it, though. That's right, coach. Put the fear of God into Rick Nash. 5-on-3. Face off goes our way. Heatley, glove save by Dunham. Van Imp. Hit. Still can't clear. Lang. Able to use the boards to get it out. We still have over a minute left. Connolly. Couldn't break through. Spezza. Jason Spezza is the hero. Islanders take game 1. Whew. Oh, thank God. Jason Spezza is the hero. Great patience, steps in, picks the corner. Off the post. And past Mr. Dunham. How do I delete Lundqvist in an Islanders jersey from my brain? You cannot. It'll never disappear. God, that hit by Chara on Lang. We dominated the OT. Penalties certainly helped. And one more look here. Jason Spezza. It is only game number 1. But it's nice to see the boys show up, and surprise, surprise, it was Connolly, the Andy McDonald, and JP Dumont line that really led the way. So back-to-back wins over the Penguins. Only one of them was a playoff game. But we are up 1-0. 94% passing. Efficient. We go to game number 2. See if we can keep up that positive momentum. In real life, have we hit the point of the fake purchase for the... Yes, we have. Yes, we have. First period. Oh, my K. There's some offense. Heatley and Campbell. The Penguins bounce back with goals from Yager and Paré. Malone gives us a 3-2 lead. Luongo has still been a little bit shaky, and it's kind of scaring me. Second period. Jesus Christ. Connolly, Heatley, Chara. 6-2 Islanders. We go to the third. Up by 4. Make it 5. Jason Spezza on the power play. This team is outrageous. This team's outrageous. Don't want to get ahead of myself or anything like that, but this team's outrageous. Danny Heatley makes it 8. And the Islanders defend home ice and take a 2-0 series lead in the first round. A hat trick for Danny Heatley, Mr. 50-07. See, the key is getting him into a city where we demand he takes public transportation. Fuck. That's the key. All right. 6 points in 2 games for Tim, almost traded at the deadline, Connolly. We go to game number 3. No momentum changes needed. First period. This team is setting me up for such massive disappointment. Chara, Nash, Hunter, 3-0. Second period. Goal apiece, shorthanded for Nils Ekman. Jeff Gilson scores on Robert Esch, their backup. We go to the third, up by 3, trying to take a 3-0 series lead. Can we do it? Zetterberg on the power play. The New York Islanders. Are they a wagon? I fucking hate that term, by the way. I can't stand it. Shout out to Jason Spezza scoring. 6-1, your final. Pure domination for the Islanders in this series so far. 1 win away from the second round. Again, it's our first ever trip to the playoffs here in Season 5. Damn, man. What have we had so far? 17 goals? Crazy. Conley didn't even have a point in that last game, and we scored 6 freaking goals. Game 4. Is it going to be a disastrous end to Pittsburgh's season or to ours? First period, 1-0 Islanders, Pascal Dupuis, who we know was a clutch playoff performer. We saw it down in Chicago. Second period. We are so getting swept in the second round. We are going to get our asses handed to us in the second round. Hunter, Spezza, Finger, and Chara. 5-0. Quite possibly your most dominant series ever. I was thinking the same thing. Yager, is that his first? At most, it's his second goal of the series. Heatley makes it 6-1. And the New York Islanders are going to the second round. Absolutely insane. 6-1 the final score. A sweep of the Penguins. Zdeno Chara, I think the third time in 4 games he was first star. An unbelievable series. 6 straight goals in 3 straight games. Exactly. Dude. How? So again, this game here does not count. 3-2 in overtime. 8-2, 6-1, 6-1. And a sweep. After that first game went to overtime, we never looked back. Never looked back. Outscoring them 23-6 over the course of 4 games. I don't know if we've ever had a more dominant series than that, really. Ever since I've had the YouTube and Twitch presence, I don't think we've seen a more dominant series than that one right there. That is absurd. Jesus. Let's get a look at the point totals here. Not only for our team, but the Penguins as well, as it was Spezza who led the way. Heatley up there, Connolly. I mean, man, everyone was involved. Every single player had at least a point. JP Dumont was one of our worst players points-wise, but he was a +5. Defensively, 2 defensemen on the top pair, both of them, Char and Campbell, with at least 6 points. Barrett Jackman was the only skater in the series who didn't have a point. And my concerns about Roberto Luongo, maybe they've dissipated a little bit. Just a smidge. In terms of what the Penguins' numbers looked like after that series, yeah, Yager had 2 goals. Oh my God. Dude, they were brutalized. They were absolutely brutalized. -7 for Kovalev when your best forwards were -2. That really kind of sums it up, doesn't it? That is a rough scene. -8 for Drake Barahowski in 4 games. Just 3 points amongst their 6 defensemen. And in goal, that is the type of series that you contemplate retiring from for one Mike Dunham. I don't think I've ever seen a goalie with that low of a save percentage in 4 games. Mr. Webster, thank you for the 38 months on the Prime. Danny, I appreciate it. I hope you are doing well tonight. We just murdered Mike Dunham. Can we get a wellness check on Mr. Dunham, please? Dude, those are bad. Like, if you get those numbers in EASHL, you're like, okay, clearly the defense in front of you is bad because you still have over an 800, but you got to make a save at some point, right? The Ilya Samsonov conundrum. It's going to be great when this comes out on YouTube in like July and Ilya Samsonov has the Leafs, making a Stanley Cup final appearance or some shit, because that's probably what will happen somehow, right? Probably. Somehow. Probably.